Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So there is this video trending around where a young black boy was moving around, like, on his street. So he probably actually went for a walk and he was followed by about four older men, white men, following him around, asking him, what is he doing there? Why is he there? Does he live around? I mean, is he visiting somebody? I mean, asking him unnecessary question. And at some point, they actually started following the man. And the next thing they almost pulled out their Pe0ple. The truth is that we are saying this probably not crying because he survived it. But now I am going to say this. Parents should know the kind of neighborhood they live. Why? Because sometimes it might not affect you. It affects your children. This one already is being profiled. And now when you ask them, they tell you that they are scared for their life, they feel threatened, their life is in danger and all that. And I am going to ask them, why are you in danger, or why is your life in danger? Because I really do not understand what makes somebody's life in danger for no reason. And this is one of the reasons why we say black young boys grow up so fast. Because what is this nonsense? Let's get into this video.
What's going on, buddy?
Nigga done brought a team out here.
Obviously, he doesn't live here.
The reason why I just live here is a private community, so if you don't live here, you need to leave. So if you live here, you're visiting a friend, that's fine, just let us know, because you get neighbors concerns because you're walking around my house. I'm not walking around your house. Hold on, see, you've been past my house 4 times, I don't know you, I've never seen you before, and you're walking past my house over and over again. So if you live here or you have a friend you're visiting here, that's fine.
I'm not in front of your house.
You're actually.
So I just had someone send me this video, and I'm going to tag the page that this video is on so you can watch both videos in their entirety. But we're going to get to the bottom of this because I want to find out where this neighborhood is so we can talk about the actions that we're going to take. But let me remind you why this video has me livid. This is Ahmaud Arbery, and if you remember, on February 23rd, 2020, he was murdered by these 3 racist pieces of shit for being in their neighborhood jogging. And as I watched this video of this young man being questioned as he walked through this neighborhood, not just by 1 white man, not just by 2 white men, but by 3 white men, I could not help but get the same sense that I got watching the video of Ahmaud Arbery being murdered. And this white man even pulled up in his car and did the following.
Buddy, look out, buddy, he's still creeping.
Steve. No,
I want you to take the time to read what this mother, that's whose page these videos are actually on, the young man's mother, had to say about these videos she posted. TikTok, I really need some help. What you see here is my child being racially profiled and followed by 4 grown men, all because he was walking around our neighborhood. I guess we look like we don't belong in an upscale neighborhood. But here is a little backstory. The morning after Hurricane Milton, my son wanted to walk the neighborhood to talk to his girlfriend on his phone. Because we didn't have power, so his service was bad in the house. This is what he had to deal with. Even after telling these men he lives here, they were not satisfied with his answer and continued to harass him. This was not a 1-minute altercation. My son was followed for over 10 minutes dealing with this. I am so happy he recorded every moment and thankful my child is still here. but I need to know how it is still okay. I do not want to live in a community that does not welcome me and my children because of the color of our skin. This is that mother's page, and I have reached out to her to find out exactly what community this is. I will keep you posted, and I will let you know when she lets me know so we can decide how we're going to really help this mother. Let's get it. So, I have an exclusive update for you after speaking with the mother of this young black man. And I'm sure you all are familiar by now of the video of this young black teen walking around the neighborhood and being stalked by 4 white men who are asking him where is he going and does he belong there. This is eerily similar to the circumstances which led to the murder of Ahmaud Arbery on February the 23rd, 2020. Ahmaud Arbery was the victim of a racially motivated hate crime. And these 3 pieces of shit, a father, a son, and their friend, was eventually convicted in that murder. But it did not bring Ahmaud Arbery back. Now here's a brief clip of this young man being followed around this neighborhood. And pay very special attention to this man right here when he goes to his car.
What the fuck? This Buddy, look at Buddy, he's still creeping.
Steve. No,
What the fuck?
Now, Steve here, you can hear his name in the video, gets out of the driver's side of his vehicle, goes to the passenger side of his vehicle and retrieves something and starts to head towards the young man. And the only thing that stopped this from being a case where this young man's name would be a hashtag on a t-shirt is one of the other people there stepped in between him and called his name. So I have spoke with this young man's mother, and she is going to go live with me later today around 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time, and she's going to tell us in her own words the situation she's been enduring in this community. Join me so we can talk to the mother and see what she needs, because she does not feel safe in this neighborhood any longer.
All right, this is going to be a bit of a long one, but I hope people stick around. Go back and watch that video. Go to that page and watch the video before that. This black teenager was just walking around his neighborhood, and all of a sudden, a group of white people, not just one, a group, rolled up on him and started following him around, harassing him, talking shit. That clip I just shared, it was one of those people running to grab from the car. And y'all saw that dude in the green stop the other dude. And there's so much to unpack here. There's so much to unpack. While it might look like the guy in the green shirt did a good job, if you watch the videos, the dude in the green shirt was riding around on a bike, also harassing this child. That's simply walking around his fucking neighborhood, not bothering anyone. A black child walking around his neighborhood, not bothering anybody, was met with this mob of white people, to the point where old dude went and grabbed from his car. And if that young person was not recording, that easily could have been the last day on earth that he experienced. So you got the white people chasing him around, talking shit, escalating the situation. You have other white people passing by, not stopping to do anything. And this shit shows up. I'm going to tie it into how the right reacts to black people and the left as well. So stick around for a minute. This is where we talk about Trump, you know, creating these false narratives, and J.D. Vance false narratives about Haitian families, putting this fear into the mind of white people that black families are dangerous. We as white people are very reactive, right? So Trump, J.D. Vance, people on the right, openly bigoted, paint black families as a threat that sticks in the mind of white people, and they view black people as a threat and react accordingly. Even when this young person, right, wasn't doing jack shit, in their mind, he was a threat. We've seen this with Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud Arbery, like the list goes on. And so obviously we have problems with this on the right, right? And then we look at the left, and I'm going to call it out, like this Madeline Pendleton experience where white people are overreactive to this call out from the black community when it comes to Madeline's behavior, to the point where white people are showing up in mobs and harassing black creators, creating an unsafe space because we're reactive. There's this deep-seated idea that black people are inherently a threat, which is put into our brain since we were young as white people. So it shows up in both spaces, in the entire spectrum. I don't care what you label yourself as. The minute a white person feels crossed by a black person, it's go time. And the overreaction is insane. We see it all the time. And this is why I talk about we have so much of our own shit to unpack. This reactionary shit, this harassment, this rush to defend other white people, this idea that, you know, this we have to react to a perceived threat when not shit is happening from black people towards us. The way that we immediately make spaces unsafe and violent, that's an us problem that we need to sort the fuck out, and that's what we should be focused on. Because if I'm in that situation and I see that happen and I'm walking, I'm going up to that young person like, bro, are you good? Like, are you feeling safe? And the minute he says no, or even if he says, yeah, I'm good, like I'm checking the entire group of white people that are walking around him. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, what are you doing? Because you're creating an unsafe space. And I'm going to say, go the fuck back home. That's just how I operate. My community knows that. My people know that around me. I don't fucking play that way. And we have to keep each other in check. We have to put our bodies in harm's way from other white people. We have to keep each other in check and have these conversations. And it's easy to get on here and talk about this shit, right? But when real life happens, a lot of white people back down. We return to comfortability. We return to apathy. That's not my business. That looks scary. That looks dangerous. I'm not going to get involved. Fuck that. We have to make it intentional to practice what we preach on here. We have to be intentional about how we decolonize our minds so that we don't walk around or come into internet spaces and react to black people as if they're a fucking threat, because that's not real. We are the threat. Our reactions are the threat. The way we navigate discussions in which we get checked or we don't agree, or, you know, if we get corrected, we react as if we're being threatened. And that's shown in this video, that's shown on the right with Trump and Vance, is shown on the left, with the way that people react, white people react in trying to defend other white people. For what? This shit goes very deep, very deep. This isn't like, oh, we're just having a disagreement in ideology or theory or practice or whatever. This is life or death. I've been saying this for 4 fucking years to other white people. Racism is a life or death experience, period. So we take this shit seriously. It's not a hypothetical discussion. It's not a theory discussion. These are real people with real lives that are at stake because of us. We need to handle our own shit, period. And Dinesh found that Steven guy, I can't remember his last name, but if you go look at Dinesh's video, he found the dude that was pulling out and he's working on identifying the other man. And this isn't like we need a soft conversation. We need to make sure, other people stay comfortable. No, fuck that. Like, this is actually putting black children in danger that just want to take a fucking walk, dude. This is a fucking problem. And we need to deal with ourselves now.
What's going on, buddy?
Nigga, I'm proud of.
What's most frustrating about watching that video, and I wish I could say it was entertaining, but it's actually not, because we've seen what happened when random white people follow black people around in their neighborhoods, is the fact that these will be the same type of people who will claim that they felt unsafe, even though they are clearly following him in his neighborhood. How do I know it's his neighborhood? Because he said multiple times, this is my neighborhood. And even if it's not his neighborhood, it is not private property. It is a public street that anyone can walk down. No one deserves to be harassed for literally walking down the street. Not only are there multiple people surrounding him, there's 2 cars following him. I'm truly exhausted from seeing these type of videos because these folks are never held accountable and they're only escalating. They're escalating with their behavior. They're escalating with their blatant disrespect. And oftentimes it escalates to physical violence. And what do? Walk around while black. Because that seems to be the only justification that they need.
That video of that boy walking around his neighborhood in Sarasota got me fired. That video got me so upset. That video got me thinking of what I always sit down and tell my boys. I got 3 boys, and my oldest ones, I always tell them, like, life is not fair for us. Like, you gonna get treated different just based off of your skin color. Not by everybody, but it's a well-known fact that you ain't finna have it easy just based off your skin color. The fact that you can't even walk around your own neighborhood without them jumping out, without them questioning you, like you just somewhere you ain't supposed to be. It's just a neighborhood that neither one of y'all built. You get what I'm saying? Like, that shit just got me so, like, in my chest, because I stay telling my kids, like, if anything like that ever happened and I'm not around, record and try to get away as fast as you can. Don't be mean, even though you want to really go off, because, like, who are you? The more calm you stay, it's the only way you can keep your safety, because as soon as you say something or getting loud, they act like they so terrified of you and they was defending themselves. So I'm so happy that boy just kept walking. But it's a simple fact, like, why we got to go through that? Like, why should I even have to explain to you why I'm in this neighborhood? Like, who are you that I got to, like, explain why I'm walking in the neighborhood if I'm not walking on your property, by your house, or none of that? I'm walking on a sidewalk. So for y'all to all stop this boy and have a pum on y'all, and your other friend have to tell you to calm down, like this boy even bothering you, is insane to me. Like, Sarasota, Florida is crazy. And that's not only happening in Sarasota, it happens everywhere. Like, I wish y'all would just leave people alone that's not bothering y'all, and stop treating people different based off their skin color. Like, relax. That video of that boy walking around his neighborhood in Sarasota got me fired.
This is not the first time or the last time that the state of Florida, depending on what county they're in, ever done that before. Okay? This should be not new to you guys. It should not be acceptable. You remember the young man? I believe it was Florida too. He so happened to follow his GPS and he went in the wrong area. And then the man came out of nowhere, yelled and screamed at him, and broke the back of his window and telling him to get the hell out of there. And what was the resolution? The man was a worker. I think he was a manager for McDonald's, and they fired him, allegedly. And that was the justification. And I think he got arrested. Okay, moving right along. Trayvon Martin is a primary example where he was going to the store, coming from the store, and was getting, I think, Starburst or some candy or Skittles or something. And he so happened to have the hoodie on to cover himself because it was cold. And what happened? Some random idiot decided to turn around and take his gun and shoot him. And then ask questions later.
No, he did say something to him. Get out, calling him the N-word and all kind of inappropriate things. And when he went to court, he didn't serve no time. Okay? And from that, he been saying that from his situation, the public has been doing all kind of stuff. But later on, he was served a domestic violence in his home. Okay? There is never justification when people like us go into an area and we could be minding our own business, strolling or whatever. Because in Florida, people like to walk around, to get their exercise, probably just, walking around, got their headset on or whatever You can't even do that. You got people questioning, what are you doing here? Or what are you doing or whatever? Like you don't have a home. You don't have a place. You don't have a shelter. Okay? It's the random stuff. But guess what? When you look at the top tier of the leadership of Florida, you got a prosecutor, district attorney, who comes from a different origin but is born and raised in America, but they consider themselves to be Anglo-Saxon, and they're prejudiced as hell. Okay? You got a governor who's supposed to be the overseer of Florida. He's racist as hell. And he says racist things on his pulpit, on his platform. Okay? The other day when they had that mass shooting and he came there, he looked like he was afraid to be around those black people. He felt like they were about to do something to him. Okay? Instead of him coming there and comforting the people there. And guess what? When one of them said, you're the reason why this situation happened. Oh, no, it's not me. Okay? Yes, you are. For me, many years, from the 80s, 90s, and now we're in the 2024, Florida has always been racist. Each state, each borough. You go to Jacksonville? You go to Fort Lauderdale? You go to Miami? You go to Tampa? Tallahassee? Coral Springs? Okay? The list goes on and on. Plantation, Boca Raton. Racist, 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 racist. And you'll be surprised how many of them are Trump supporters who are racist. Magnus from the left. Okay? Racist, racist, racist. It is not going to be the first nor the last. I am glad that that gentleman recorded the two imbeciles asking him questions and telling him he's not supposed to be here. Okay? So where he's supposed to go. And it's so funny. To attention to all Caucasian people. You keep on telling black people that they're not supposed to be here. So where you guys supposed to go? Because the last time I looked, you guys, your families were descendants of foreigners. Anglo-Saxons from the European and Nova Scotia and various places. Okay? You guys always love to use that slogan that get out of here, you don't belong here, and if you don't like America, why don't you leave? Yeah, why should we leave? Okay? Some FYI, people in the melanated state areas, they were indigenous. They were minding their own business. Okay? Just think about that. Okay? And don't take it, and you can take it personal all you want. I love when you guys keep on saying that. Why don't you leave? You don't belong here. You don't belong here too, so you can move out too. Go find your providence. You understand what I'm saying? Always saying those type of things. He belongs here just like anybody else who pay taxes, who contribute. Okay? But if you live in a society when the head leader, which is Ron DeSantis and all his constituents from the state, local, federal prosecution, Senate, they're racist. So Florida is racist too.
So this is all I got from this video. And at first, when I saw this video, the first thing I asked was, is this a broad daylight sundown town? Because I don't know what you want to call this if not for a sundown town. It looks like the man wasn't even supposed to, people like him is not even supposed to be there. Or is that their first time of seeing a black person? Because I am kind of trying to understand why they started like flooding him and asking him question if he lives here. I mean, who is he looking for? Is he here to see a like how? And not just that it is not a private property. This is just like, he was on the street. I mean, he was walking on the street. But really, I am not going to lie, this is really not safe at all. And I don't know, I have really said this before, and I hope some people don't think that I am trying to, like, probably make them feel like, I mean, there are some like being rich and you can't do some certain things. See, there are some neighborhoods, some people who are not supposed to stay. I know why I'm saying this because something like this also happened to black people when they are in a predominantly white places, schools and all that. I mean, I don't think it's new, right? And it is not safe because you could see the man running down to his car to find out or to bring out something, which probably might be his. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm sorry. So, which probably might be his pupil, right? So, and now let me tell you something. Yesterday probably may have been that young man's last day. May God forbid that. If only you understand what I am saying. Because, I mean, the other man rushed him and held him. So he rushed down to the other side of the car to pull his pupil to do what he knows how to do best. See, I don't know what to say, but this shouldn't go untreated, The parents should make sure they report this to the, because this is a harassment. The which they were absolutely very ready to, like, get down and the rest of it. I mean, the young man kept telling him, we're asking him, are you visiting? He just kept, you heard him, telling them something that he lives around. They kept asking, like, why would you go around asking people if they live on this street? I mean, it's just like seeing a random white man on my street and I am asking him, do you live on my street? Like, am I stupid? It's really a very stupid question to ask somebody. It doesn't even matter where you're from or how you look. But it's really a very stupid question, especially when the person is not on a private property, It really doesn't make any sense. And for sincerely speaking, that young man is like at risk, and they should make sure that this case is treated like like they should report it with immediate effect and follow it up, because things like this shouldn't be happening in 2024. But then, yeah, you people tell us get over it. It's been long ago, but man, what is long ago? You all could see this particular one. I was really very terrified for that young man. Like, what if? What if? And you all already knew how many people that look like me that passed from something like that. Sometimes it starts like a joke. And then I want to ask this. Why are they always scared? I mean, it looks like the way they acted like people from the zoo. Sorry to use that word, but like, they acted like someone that haven't seen someone that looked like me before. And immediately they now saw the person, they feel threatened. I mean, their life is at stake because, sorry, their life is like, yeah, life is in danger because it is always in danger. Man, this is not it. This is not it. And this woman should really know what to do because, trust me, I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow or next, but they should make sure that this is reported and file for lawsuit and take it up from there, because I do not see how people profile people on the street just for no reason. I mean, how? And what really makes them scared? I really need to understand that part, because that part is something that I've been fighting really very hard to understand. Is it my skin color or my eyes? Maybe my lips? I don't know, really. So what makes them scared? I learned this is a teenager or something, but whoever, this is one of the reasons why I say young black boys grow up so fast, because you really have to be grown immediately. If not, this is not it. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.